Hi, this video is on how to activate the Airserver software on your elementary school PC. It's already installed, but you may not have used it, and if you haven't used it, you haven't told it to start up when the computer starts up. So if I go down here and click, I can just start typing Airserver. I just typed Air and you saw it come up, Airserver Universal. If I click on that, it's going to ask me if I want to activate it, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to enter the license code, and the license code is in here. If you go to your PC and go to installs, and then if you look, you see this iPad Airserver shortcut. Now the software is in here for people that don't have it installed, but you should already have it installed. But there's the license code right there. So if I open that text document, I copy that and I paste it right here in the activation code, and I say next. It's valid, next. Now, if I'm going to use it all the time, I want to say I want to activate it on this computer. So I go ahead and check that, say next, and I finish activating Airserver. Now here's the thing. It's going to pop up and ask if you have permission to do this, and this is where you have to use the administrative username and password that I emailed along with this video to teachers. Basically, you just have to open that up and type in temp admin. The password is not on the email since it's, on the video, because this is shared on YouTube. So you put in that temp admin username and password and say yes, and I just typed it wrong. And then it'll allow you to bypass needing a password, and it will go ahead and install it. So now on this PC, if I click down here, I see it's right there. That's the Airserver icon, and I can go to settings and I can set some things if I want to. Now this particular computer is seen as the computer name, which is what we want. If you wanted to connect it easily, if you open up the Airserver software, you can show the QR code and just scan that with the camera on the iPad to connect, or you can, when you cast it, you can pick this to go. You can also go through here if you'd like to set up a password. There's no password required to connect, but if you want to make sure no student accidentally connects to your machine from a different classroom, because right now any student in any classroom could connect to your machine and cast on your machine, you can go ahead and change password and set up some kind of password so that when you're using it, and you can see there's two options: just for my account, in other words when this iTeacher users log on, or anybody's logged onto this machine, which means that it'd be set up for a sub if you wanted the sub to be use it. Either one of those is just fine. So you go ahead and say that you want to use a fixed password. You'd go ahead and say everyone, and you type the password in there, and then the students would have to know that in order to connect to your machine. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to do that for Mrs. Skinner and have a password that she doesn't know. That's all there is to it to activate the Airserver software on your computer if you want to use it during the school day with your students.